travel guide, we're following our whims and choosing our way through the picturesque town of Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. All of life is just a series of choices. You can change the whole course of a day by choosing your own adventure each step of the way, choosing which things to see, explore, or taste based on your whims and mood. We're here to lay out some of the best choices about Jim Thorpe, and you get to choose your own adventure and decide how to make this trip your own in the wild and precious now. Located in the Pocono Mountains, Jim Thorpe is about a 2-hour drive from Lancaster, an hour and a half from Philly, and 2 hours from New York City. Your first choice is how long you're going to stay, and your second choice is how you're going to get there. Lots of day visitors come in by train or bus, but for this trip, we chose to drive in from Lancaster and make a weekend of it. If you too are choosing to stay overnight, we've got the choice of where to stay all settled for you. The Dolon House Bed and Breakfast gets our Wild Precious Now highest recommendation and then some. The Dolon House looks out invitingly over the town of Jim Thorpe from its perch on Opera House Square. We were smitten by the wraparound porch and tucked away green spaces. You can sit and chat with your travel companions, other guests, and your fascinating hosts in serene shared spaces all throughout the house. An old muck-chunk millionaire's mansion, this house maintains its original glory with historic details like jeweled stained glass windows, stunning hand-carved woodwork, a grand staircase with a gas-lighted newel post, and the Italian mosaic entry floor.
So what you're looking at here is original from the construction of the house. The glass, the wood, the newel post. Yeah. So it's a living, breathing history museum. But anyway, so Doc Doherty came to the house and he made a few changes.
Newer to the home are fascinating artistic and cultural artifacts that have been collected by the hosts in their travels all over the world. There are several beautiful suites and rooms to reserve, countless stories to be told, and of course, the unmatched experience of the Dolon House breakfast.
Did you say that Jeffrey's grandma is your spirit animal? Is that what you said?
Maybe.
Because that's definitely special.
I just am a little obsessed with the way that they're doing food here.
I have never in all my days looked forward to getting up and out of bed on vacation like I did when I knew that Jeffrey and Michael were waiting downstairs with breakfast. Breakfast at the Dolon House is the main event of your stay, with absolutely delectable and beautiful courses presented by Chef Jeffrey and accompanied by history, charm, and stories that Michael shares. The Dolon House breakfast was a daily experience that we will never forget, and we think every traveler and adventurer to Jim Thorpe should get to experience it too.
Here's what we have for you this morning. So it's a savory bread pudding. Gosh, it's going to have in it caramelized leek, caramelized baby onion, mushroom, asparagus, a little bit of a Gouda in the custard, and the spice is a muddled caraway and fennel blend. On top, you've got a wedge of canvas.
One of the main reasons that people flock to Jim Thorpe is that its place nestled in the Pocono Mountains makes it a beautiful area to get outdoors and explore. If you're looking for an outdoor adventure and can choose just one, you'll probably find yourself deciding between tubing, rafting, or boating down the beautiful Lehigh River, or biking on the rail trail, also known as the D&L. This trip, we brought our bikes, so our next choice was how and when to get to the trail. You can read on our blog post all about the bike train option and how people love to ride the trail next to the train and wave to train riders on their way. But for us, because Joel is a bit of a crazy morning person, the choice of when to take this adventure was clear. We ride at dawn. Getting an early start on the trail means you're most likely to have the trail to yourself. You can read about our favorite spots along the trail and playing with light in the back cave on the blog. But the best thing about taking this part of the trip in early is the serenity and calm of experiencing Pennsylvania's Little Switzerland up close and those breathtaking views. Once you've worked up a thirst, you'll find a plethora of storefronts, cafes, tasting rooms, and watering holes to help you quench it. If you're looking for a caffeine jolt with a shot of magic and wonder, we think you'll choose to head into the Muggles Mug Cafe. With delicious coffee drinks, treat options, and magical ambiance, this Harry Potter-themed cafe offers visitors a dimly lit and quiet escape from the summer heat and the bustle outside. You can grab a Java to go or stay a while to take in the wizardly wonder that is usually hard for muggles like us to find. If you're in the mood for a different kind of magical experience, the Wild Elder offers a charming tasting room with European-style charcuterie and a delicious variety of traditional ciders and native wines to explore, while people watching at a table by the windows or people escaping in the courtyard out back. When you're ready to eat, the diversity and quality of options in Jim Thorpe may surprise you. From whiskey tastings and pubs to fine dining and sweet treats, you can read more about some of our favorite spots to grab a bite on the blog. If hauntings and history get you excited, Jim Thorpe has you covered. The Old Jail Museum is a fascinating place to hunt for ghosts of the Molly Maguires or to get swept up in the history and mystery that surrounds this historic landmark. We found the tour here to be spine-tingling and absolutely fascinating. The lore around Cell 17 might just keep you up at night scratching your head. For history of another sort, you can choose to head up to Packer Hill to visit the historic mansions of Asa and Harry Packer. The Harry Packer Mansion provided Walt Disney with the inspiration to create the Haunted Mansion in Disney World, and the Asa Packer Mansion is filled with art and artifacts that take you back in time and tell the story of philanthropist, railroad pioneer, and founder of Lehigh University, Asa Packer. Finally, after adventuring and exploring, dining, and shopping your way through town, your last decision is how soon you'll come back to see even more. For more travel inspiration and everyday adventures, follow us everywhere. Hope you're making the most of your one wild and precious now.